Hey guys, thanks for tuning back to Luke's Vintage RC Restoration. As you can tell, the HIROBO Limited Toyota CELICA GT-4 is finally done. I think she turned out pretty good. I really do. Not many of these bad boys around, and no videos of them running. So you get to see all that in this one. As you know, this is the second part of this build. In the first part, I had to come up with some ideas on what I'm going to use for getting this car in this process and completed. So you'll see what I had to go through and get this car looking like this, because you just can't get the parts for it. So it might give you a little bit of a chuckle in all the stuff that I had to use in order to get the car in this shape. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started right through the process of the build, and then you'll see the running portion. All that's going to start right now. All right, guys, as you know, we needed to make another beam. I was able to locate the steel version. Now, as you know, steel is definitely heavier than aluminum. We punch out some extra holes into it until the stores have this on hand again. We'll definitely add the stiffness we need for that car. So we off to the trimming. All right, guys, as you can tell, everything is out of the car. Got the motor out, and I got the Tamiya Sport Tune motor ready. In case you're wondering what opinion that is, it's a 15 tooth on there. So for long, we'll have this thing back in good shape. Took out some of the excess I don't need. I don't need a servo that controls the mechanical speed control unit, so that's gonna be pulled out. And all we gotta really do is get this motor in, put the brackets back on that I made, and then make the bottom chassis cover. You see, we got the Sport Tune in the motor mount. There's where the motor used to be. It's very unique because it uses planetary gears. Yeah, you definitely don't see that, and there's good reason why you don't see stuff like that, because it just doesn't work well. We're going to install everything. I'm going to add some supports where the old servo used to be to power the mechanical speed control unit. And just wherever I can add a little structure, I will. You can tell I got the Swiss cheese rod here made from steel. And it's all going to be important. Whenever you take off this car, you're going to want to put something in it to reinforce the car. So the servo actually added a brace in itself. So I'm going to put a little piece of metal here, or thick plastic, and get that all done. And then you're gonna want to put this piece back because it adds support for the top, for the two pieces that met. So that's gonna go back on. So I gotta make some brackets go in here, or I might just drill straight through, I don't know. But that's almost done. That won't be too hard. Just remove that and drill some holes in it. And then put some screws. So now we are working on making the plate for the bottom. So I gotta take my measurements. I'm using my caliper to do all that stuff. Then I wanted to put ball bearings in the car. I got those inserted. If you're wondering what they are, my measurement shows a 5x10 millimeter ball bearing. Right here I have some bump stops. I wondered what those were earlier in the video. They're a little too long, so they protrude way too far out. Even when the car is compressed, I still have quite a bit of length that I got to cut off. So gotta remove some of that weight off the front anyways, a few grams per wheel. One more thing too, I want to show you something very cool about this car. It uses the front, so it has a front gearbox that is identical to the rear, which means you can probably run 2 engines in this car, but you would need the adapter plate, and you would need the connecting bolts on inside, the brass connecting bolts, which, I mean, you probably could modify something like that, because there is actually gears inside. The planetary gear is in here, so it has a planetary gear line right inside here. So I mean, that's pretty cool. You can run 2 of these motors in this car if you had some extra parts. So just a little trick. So I found some old printer, old printer I had, and I don't use it no more. It's actually an Epson, and yeah, so we're gonna use this piece of plastic here. It's almost about right. I gotta trim it some more, but yeah, so it should be all right. All right, so the frozen shock has been disassembled, as you can see. The problem with the shock was just a bent shaft. So now it's good to go. I gotta assemble it back together. We're gonna use some of my Team Losi Racing shock oil and put it back together again, and she should work fine. Okay, so now I finished creating the pieces I needed for the car that is not there. This is a Servo Delete cover. So, and right here is where the servo used to be. They powered a mechanical speed control unit, and that's what's going to go in there now, because we're not going to be using an MSC. So, bolt that in, look pretty cool. Right there, we had that piece missing, so I used the Epson printer plastic and shaped it and cut it to fit the size I needed, and added some plastic fingers and used the Permatex to glue all that right there on. Just like that. And the screws go right in there to keep shut. All right, so right here I got to make a little bit of a trim, because it looks like it's touching the tire just a little bit. So we have to do that on both sides, just a little, nothing crazy. So we're gonna rock that. All right, so right here you'll see it gives me areas to put the wiper blades, these guys. So gotta drill some holes, pop them home. Put the wiper on the back of the car. And where's the wiper? Right here. There's no place for it marked. I just marked a little spot right here, but underneath there's no like impression where you put the wiper blade. So I just kind of chose something about right here, right near the E on the back. So right about there. It looks like it'll be just fine. So just like that. All right, for now, the paint process. All right, now she's done. So let's go ahead and take it for a test drive. All right, so I got everything in. Everything's looking good. We're running a 3000 nickel metal battery hydride in here. By Onyx, 7.2 volt. Everything looks super clean. Got all of our electronics up top, motors in, everything looks good. And let's go ahead and put our body on. There we go. Put our clips in. Let's go ahead and on her up. Makes a little bit of a noise just with the body kind of going up and down a little bit on this. Does the slight push kind of thing. Sucks up the bumps really well. Steers okay. Could do it with a better steering servo. It's so nice to see it running though. Wow. Speed on it's probably right around 23 maybe. You do get a sense that the front wheels are working. Almost like it pulls it along. Well, like I was saying earlier on, it's one of these cars where you want to run it. You do. And it has a lot of promise, but it just wasn't executed 100% when it was designed. It looks it. I get the sense that it has so much more in it than what it was developed as. And I think that's where we're going to keep it. I'd say it just turned out quite nice. It's a very attractive car. I want to thank you guys for watching my videos. Please hit a like and subscribe. You're definitely not going to want to miss what's coming up next. All right, guys, take care, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye.